Hey there, this is Ben with Coaster Family Feud, and if you're like me, you love looking at everybody's top 10 or top 25 lists of roller coasters they've ridden, but I wondered, how do these compare across different YouTubers? So I took 10 YouTubers with a combined subscribers of over 700,000 and made a spreadsheet and compared them all and came up with some stats and hopefully, possibly, the top 15 roller coasters in America. I used World of Immersion with 5,000 subscribers, Theme Park Recommendations with 38,000 subscribers, Kenobi Coaster with 38,000 subscribers, Airtime Thrills with 88,000 subscribers, Coast Tunes with 66,000 subscribers, Theme Park Hunting with 11,000 subscribers, El Toro Orion with 146,000 subscribers, Hollywood Studios with 18,000 subscribers, Coaster Dash with 32,000 subscribers, and Coaster Studios with 235,000 subscribers. Wow, that is a bunch. So I took all of their lists and calculated which coasters were the most popular across the board of these various people. To make the top 15, they had to have at least 5 people that have ridden them out of those 10. The top few definitely had way more than that, up to 10 on each of those. My methodology was for each coaster that received a top rating, it got 1 point, a second, 2 points, third points, all the way down to 15, or sometimes down to even 40 on some of the lists. Once I did that, I divided that number by the number of people that had ridden it to get the actual number of the score. The lower the score, kind of like golf, the better. So let's start with some honorable mentions, shall we? First, the honorable mentions go to the single rail coasters by RMC. They showed up on different points around the list, but never had quite enough to get there. Another honorable mention is Outlaw Run at Silver Dollar City, which showed up a bunch of times, did pretty good, but it had a score of 19.2 compared to others you'll see in a few minutes. It's still a little bit high. Let's get started at number 15 with Pantheon from Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. This Intamin multi-launch coaster was built in 2022, and on our ranking hits a score of 14.8. The top spot anyone had for it was number 3, and that number 3 was by World of Immersion. And now at number 14, the only one I've ridden, and also the oldest coaster on here, and the only coaster designed by Aerodynamics, and that is X2 at Six Flags Magic Mountain. After all the calculations, it came up with a 13.333 score, and it had a top spot in the list of number 7 on Coaster Studios' list. Next up at number 13 is Lightning Rod. This RMC built in 2016 was ranked number 1 by Kenobi Coasters, but got a rating of 13 when compared to all the other YouTubers here. Next up is the Hershey Park Sky Rush, a wing coaster by Intamin built in 2012. This received its top ranking of 5 by Coast Tunes, but it had a ranking of 11.125 in our overall rankings. Alright, next up was Wildcats Revenge. Wildcats Revenge is, of course, an RMC conversion from Hershey Park, and it hit a 13.14 on the list. Next up is another Intamin built in 2007. Maverick, which is a launch coaster, is at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. Hit a number 5 ranking by Theme Park Predictions, and it hit a 9.57 overall ranking according to our statistics. Now we hit our top 10, and at number 10 comes in Twisted Timbers from King's Dominion. This RMC coaster built in 2018 hit a top spot of number 6 with Theme Park Hunting and had an overall score of 9 from our list. Next up we get our first B&M built in 2015, Fury 325, that is found at Carowinds. 2 times it was voted 3rd place, had a top spot of number 2 by Airtime Thrills with an overall 8 people ranking it, and it had an 8.25 overall score. Next up is another B&M built in 2010, Intimidator 305, found at King's Dominion. This received a number 1 vote by Theme Park Hunting. Oddly enough, this appeared on people's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th spots of the overall 8 people that ranked it. Now at number 6, we have El Toro. Now El Toro is the 2nd oldest coaster on the list, built by Intamin in 2006 at Six Flags Great America, and the only true remaining Woody that is on here. This coaster had the highest ranking at number 2 by, of all people, El Toro Orion. System, this got a 5.25. Now we're to the top 5, and the top 5 consists of 3 RMCs. The first one here is Airy Force 1, built in 2023 at Fun Spot Atlanta. The top spot this coaster hit was number 3 by Theme Park Hunting, but it had 2 3s and also 2 4s in its rankings. This had a total of 4.857 in our overall list. At number 4 is The Voyage, built by Gravity Group in 2006 and considered a hybrid coaster. It hit a top spot of number 2 on Coaster Studios list, and in our scale hit a 4.66 overall. It had one number 2 and 2 people ranked at number 3 and another ranked at number 4. And now we hit the top 3. Where will these coasters fall? You know which ones they are. Iron Gwazi, Steel Vengeance, Velocicoaster. Different people rank them differently, but how did it come out in the end? Well, at number 3 is indeed Steel Vengeance, once considered by most people the best roller coaster in the world. It had Airtime Thrills voting at number 1, Ford putting it in 2nd place, another putting it in 3rd, another in 4th, another in 5th, and another in 6th. This amazing coaster found up there in Sandusky, Ohio at Cedar Point is a perennial favorite and got a mark of 3.7. Okay, now they're dueling for the top spot. Is it Velocicoaster? Is it Iron Gwazi? Which is it? Who will it be? Well, it is indeed Iron Gwazi at number 2. This RMC built in 2022 did have 4 people rank at number 1. They got a score of 3.55. Those 4 groups were Theme Park Predictions, Hollywood Studios, Coaster Studios, and El Toro Ryan, all ranking at number 1, but yet it fell slightly short at a 3.5 on our scale. So what was number 1? Well, it of course then was Velocicoaster with a 3.4. Built by Intamin for Universal Studios Islands of Adventure, this coaster was ranked number 1 by Coast Tunes and World of Immersion. It had 3 number 2s, 2 number 3s, and a number 7, and that catapulted it to the top spot in our rankings. These incredible coasters were back and forth across the list. Interesting to see which one was going to win, and we do finally have this top winner in Velocicoaster. So here they are again in order. At number 15, Pantheon, 14, X2, 13, Lightning Rod, 12, in Sky Rush, 11, Wildcats Revenge, 10, Maverick, 9, Twisted Timbers, 8, Fury 325, 7, Intimidator, 6, El Toro, 5, Air Force 1, 4, The Voyage, 3, Steel Vengeance, 2, Iron Gwazi, and number 1, Velocicoaster. You see those top 3 numbers were very close together between Velocicoaster, Iron Gwazi, and Steel Vengeance. Thanks for sticking with me on this special report by Coaster Family Feud, looking at the various YouTubers and how they all combine their lists together to see which is the truly top coaster. See you next time.